Aloha, Yellow 6 students. Today in Social Studies, we are going to discuss and correct yesterday's assignment on feudalism, check, and people of the Middle Ages. So if you could please bring up those two slides so we can go over it. Now, as I go over the answers with you, if you happen to write the incorrect answer, make sure you write down the correct answer. Type it in so you can always refer back to this as a great study guide. Okay, so for feudalism check, number 1, look at the diagram on page 523. Under feudalism, each level of society had duties to the groups above and below it. Which level or group in the diagram served as vassals to the lords and ladies? Okay, the correct answer is the knights did. Question number 2. In the manorial system, what duty did the lords have to their serfs? The correct answer is the lords had to protect the serfs and provide safety to grow their crops. Okay, question number 3. What is the difference between a peasant and a serf? Some peasants were free and had rights under the law and could not move wherever they wanted. Serfs could not leave the manor, own property, or get married without the lord's permission. Question number 4. How could a man be both a lord and a vassal? He was a vassal because he served a higher lord, and the higher lord gave him land, and he ruled over the serfs and peasants. Question number 5. During the Middle Ages, nobles were the most powerful people in Europe. What were the wife's duties when a nobleman went off to war? The wife, lady, ran the manors, keeping track of household accounts, oversee the storing of food and other supplies to run the household. Okay, number 6. What is the code of chivalry? Give at least one specific example from the reading. Okay, the code of chivalry are the rules for a knight. Obey his lord, be brave, show respect to women of noble birth, honor the church, help people, be honest, fight fairly against enemies. Many of today's manners came from the code of chivalry. Okay, so you just needed to list at least one. Okay, on the next page, people of the Middle Ages, you had to read all of these descriptions below of the people of the Middle Ages. Okay, then based on the descriptions, you're now identifying who the people of the Middle Ages were. Okay, so the first one is a nun. This is a nun. The second was a troubadour. And the third was a shepherd. On to the next row. 4 was a pilgrim. 5, a noblewoman. And 6, knight. 7, monk. 8, serf. And 9, bishop. Okay, now make sure you wrote down the correct answers to these assignments. If you couldn't keep up as I was going over it, feel free to replay this instructional video and pause as you go ahead and type in your correct answer. Now, for today's assignment, you are going to be working on the feudalism pyramid. Okay, the feudalism pyramid. Now, this assignment is on slide 16, and then you're going to do slide 17. So you have 2 slides to complete for your assignment for today. And finish it for homework if you don't finish it in class. So what does this entail? For the feudalism pyramid, You will use the Journey Across Time reading to help you complete this assignment. So you will click on this, highlight it, and it'll take you to the Journey Across Time. So you can click to open the review and go ahead and read it again to help you find the answers. Now, the first thing it's going to ask you is, give me the definition of feudalism. Then type your definition in here. Then it's going to ask you, give 3 positives about feudalism. So for each positive you write, you'll put it in this purple box. Give me the first positive thing about feudalism, the second positive thing that they mention about feudalism, and the third positive thing about feudalism. Okay, then you're going to give me 3 negatives about feudalism. So write the first negative about feudalism that you come across, the second negative about feudalism, and the third negative about feudalism. Then on the bottom of the page, give me a definition of a vassal. Okay, and make sure you write it down completely. Now you'll proceed to slide 17. And slide 17, it is showing you the pyramid. Your directions, you will complete the feudalism pyramid below using the following classes of people. So you have the knights, that's one class. Lords and ladies, that's another class. Peasants and serf, that's another class. And kings and queens. Okay, so those are the 4 classes. Only those 4 classes you will be focusing on. So you'll write the class on the top who would have the highest power, absolute power, then the second, third, and the lowest class. Okay, now after you write the title of each class, I want you to write the description for each class. Okay, so you'll type your description in the purple box. So you can go ahead, when you type it, you can erase the description and just type in the description. Okay. Then last, it's going to ask you to insert medieval images for each social class next to the pyramids. So you'll look for pictures, look at clip art, go ahead and look, and find what pictures you can find on knights, lords and ladies, peasants, serfs, kings and queens. Okay, I'll show you an example that we've had our students do previously. So you see how they cut the examples. On this, it was a little crowded. That's why we have you doing the positive and negatives on a separate page. But you will put in the clip art representing the different classes. Okay? So with that said, I'm going to let you go ahead and get started on your work. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to see your social studies teachers during office hours. Okay? Good luck. Have fun. Bye.